What a wonderful, beautiful planet, isn't it? Sustainies to the rescue. Woo! Yeah, I suppose. That's it, isn't it, really? I was looking at a plane up there. You can still see the haze it left behind, and I was watching it, and I was thinking all those people on that plane, and I was thinking about what we're doing. More to the point, why are we doing it? And I'm thinking about those people up on that plane flying, and how we're sort of coming out of lockdown now, and with Big Buzz. And it's like we're blindfolded going over an edge of a cliff. And yet the scientists sort of say, we're going over the edge of the cliff. Just one thing we need to do is stop burning fossil fuel. It is really quite a simple thing. Since 1972, officially, the oil companies knew that the fossil fuel was causing climate change. Well, that's 50 years ago. That's officially. Unofficially, actually, they knew some time before that. I sort of knew about it when I was 13, so about 1970s, early 70s. I sort of worked it out for myself. I thought, shit, this stuff that comes from the soil, I put it in my tank, it's carcinogenic, it's got lead in at the time, now we're putting benzene into it, and we burn it. That surely is bad, and it's really bad for your skin as well, and if you crash your moped, it can send you into a fireball. And then I thought, I'm sure there's other carbon things that burn. I was setting fire a lot of things at 13. Now, I wasn't a great chemist, but I had sort of thought to myself, this is wrong. And here I am, over 45 years later, getting over 50 years later. And what's happening? Start to fly, start to go on holiday, must go on holiday now. We're still selling ICE cars, internal combustion engine cars, burning fossil fuel. And it's all technology. Why? And we're buying them en masse. And one of the biggest things about this project, I knew it was going to be an uphill struggle, is the lack of interest in anything. When I sort of turn around, and even if I mention about fossil fuel, it's like, oh, I'm not listening to that. No, I'm not listening to that. And I thought to myself, well, I've got to do something, and hence with this project. The interesting thing is there are people around other countries, but the Western countries are so sort of complacent, so sort of like weird. It's rather like if somebody said to me, have a blindfold, start walking in the direction of, let's say, over there. There's a cliff, a 300-foot cliff. Okay, let's say you're starting walking down that road. There are toxic cars driving up the road. It's an internal combustion engine. He's burning fossil fuel. Has he ever thought about it, or she ever thought about it? Surely they must have at some stage would have thought about it. He's an old man. Okay, it's a crap car. And no. He burns fossil fuel. He's most probably going on holiday, on a cruise. He's an old man. Obviously, they will go on cruises for some reason. I suppose they die if they go up in airplanes, not sure. And so you've got a blindfold, and the scientists are saying to you, I wouldn't walk down that road with a blindfold on. There's a cliff, and you will fall over that cliff. When you fall over that cliff, I'm not actually sure, but it's there. We know it's there. We can see it's there. And yet you carry on walking, simply because you've always walked. You've always been on this road. And what other road is there? Well, you don't know, because you've got a blindfold on, haven't you, of course. And I suppose I've sort of stopped on that road and thinking, I want to take this blindfold off. I want to go in another direction. Because the strange thing about this project and renewable energy and the life that we could have, we have entered into an unknown area anyway, our scientists have said. We're all also now heading towards a change to something which we don't know what it is. And certainly our response to the virus, that was chronic. That got me worried. That's why I needed to be Prime Minister, because I thought, shit, really, I'm not very clever, but this is really mad now. We really are mad. And yet 95% 95% of the population, 99% of the population in the UK haven't worked it out. Not interested. Now, obviously, I've been joining forces. That's why I've sort of joined forces with people in Bangladesh and other areas around the world. Because it is a lonely subject, this, and actually to think change. And of course, I'm part. My employer gives me this thing, and we're still throwing stuff out. Why? We should have been zero waste years ago. We got the technology, plant material, basically just make things out of packaging which biodegrades. Simple. But no, the fossil fuel people are in charge. They've said we've got to use plastic, so we use plastic. And I suppose that's the strange thing about having faith. So it's like we have this religion where people are blindly following something, literally blindly following, because we've always done it. We've always walked down this road. There is a cliff. I know there's a cliff. Keep on telling me there's a cliff. But I will carry on walking down this cliff. Always walk down another fossil fuel car. Why? Clearly, we can buy electric cars now. If I can get an electric car on this wage, you can buy an electric car. And yet, they just carry on, flying, burning, capitalism, and then saying, oh, well, I recycle my mug. And so it's the colony, and I suppose I am a disruptor. And obviously doing this channel and talking to myself, literally, because I know the amount of views I'll get on this is virtually non-existent. I know that if I wanted views, I'd have to do, a speedboat ride around Ramsey Island, 50, 60,000 views easily, straight away. I'd watch it as well. But that's not the point, is it? The point is it's getting out there. I know I can't do it on my own, and I know that around here I'm just thinking, shit, nothing's got to change. They're going on holidays, they'll carry on buying fossil fuel cars. We're still making fossil fuel cars. Housing is things are changing, yes, but so slowly, and there's so much complacency in the West. We've just voted in Boris Johnson again, Conservatives, which means basically, yes, we're going to be the greenest country, and greenest this, because you like that, don't you? Like hearing it. When I say green, I say green. What I'm doing is I'm investing more heavily in fossil fuel and more bloody burning more shit. I think next year we're going to burn more fossil fuel to pay for the debt. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's a con. And yet the beauty about cons is they work. I was watching a con the other day on YouTube, and it was fascinating. It was this man going in a jet plane, private jet, as you do. He was not quite a billionaire, but he was nearly a billionaire. And he was saying, well, of course I've got plenty of money. It was a scam. And then he said, I can make you plenty of money. And I was listening, and I was thinking, God, that'd be really nice, wouldn't it? God, can you imagine what I could do with all that money? I could, for a start, leave this stupid job. I could, being instead of a wage stage, and I could set up things and possibly set up renewable fuel stations, renewable energy projects, and to actually have the truth, make our world a better place, which it should be, with healthcare for all, clean transport for everybody. We've got the technology, but it just keeps on being denied, which is weird. But it was a con, really heartless con. And what he was doing is he was just basically asking people for $250. And then he was going to invest in, I guess, cryptocurrency. But really he wasn't. He was investing in cryptocurrency for himself. And lots of people fell for it. And that's a little bit like our leaders. What they do is they tell us the things we want to hear, but they don't actually do them. And that's been something which our leaders have been doing for a long time. They're greedy and excruciatingly selfish. Now, I don't know, because obviously these are my own personal thoughts. And I think maybe they mean well, maybe human beings do mean well. But as a species at the moment, the majority of us, and I think in Britain, the majority of us are actually actively killing our world, and actively really don't give a monkeys about it, don't really care. We don't, and we blame other people. Oh, the other people in poor countries. Have we ever never thought, because we're using fossil fuel, because we're using mining and all the natural resources around this planet sold to us by criminals, that we are to blame? I am to blame. And yet, no, it's nothing to do with me. I'm just going on holiday. I'm just buying a new fossil fuel guzzling car. I'm just carrying on with my job, Because there's no other way. Capitalism has to work. Capitalism has to work. And it's like this endless spew of faith-based earth management, instead of actually having a management system which is to do with common sense, technology. And I guess that's what comes down to the non-profit leadership program, because being disruptors is lonely to start with, there's no doubt about it. But we have actually got a winning side. It's taking the blindfold off and saying, shit, there's a fucking cliff down there. Sorry to swear. And they'll say, oh, there is a cliff down there, you're right. Shall we just go and walk down the Pembrokeshire Coast Path, and it's beautiful, and keep our eyes open? Yeah. And that's a little bit like with our planet. We're going to have to take our blinkers off, and we're going to have to open our eyes, because there is a fantastic future. We have got amazing technology. It would be a shame to carry on thrashing this beautiful planet and all life on it, which we're in the midst of mass extinction at the moment. We haven't even really started it, but when there is collapse, it'll be too late. It's not as if we can suddenly say, like with a virus, oh, suddenly I've got a fellow who can give us a load of masks. I'll just phone them up in China. No, we can't do that. Good bit of an earner. No, we can't do that either. And that's perhaps why we are all blindfolded. But anyway, take your blindfold off, join us, join other groups. There's a lot of groups. I'm on my own little thing with Ral Speak, with an island. I don't know. It's going to be lonely. It's going to be tough. Yeah, because obviously it is. And being a disruptor. On the other hand, if we pull this off, we end the global cartel, the oil cartels, the banking cartels. And we have a non-profit leadership program designed around science, common sense, love, peace, and reseeding this planet with plants, trees, and then actually managing it using the appropriate technologies which are out there. Nothing to do with fossil fuel, nothing to do with nuclear. It's to do with common sense and technology, which is clean technology, non-toxic technology. The thing is, we won't make money out of it, but then there's enough money to go around for everybody. So that means that's not a problem. It's no problem. It just means we all live with a tradable substantial income, which is something quite nice for everybody, not just the 1%. So if you think you might be part of the 3%, join us, and let's change our planet, and at least hope that when people have democracy and they get the truth, that they do vote not for the con, in our case the Conservatives, but it is all just a big con, unless they prove me otherwise, which at the moment doesn't seem to be. Okay, well, it's buzzofftoxic. I better keep on bouncing for Britain, and yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow this project. I'm putting myself up for Prime Minister, but that means I want you to be Prime Minister. I want you to think about Mother Earth. It's about non-profit. And just think about it. And somebody's got to make the change. Somebody's got to go out there and say, look, we've got a better future for everybody, but we actually have to start building it. We can't just talk about it, pretend we're building it, and then do something the opposite. That isn't going to work. Because lying, in the end, will not work. The truth is, our planet is dying. The truth is, we need to do something very quickly, and it's just two things: get off fossil fuel and start planting up the planet. It's quite simple. And I suppose the third thing is implement all the appropriate technology, and let's all start talking about a trading system that works for all life, not just a few. Capitalism, bits of it are okay, but bits of it are shit. Communism, bits of it are okay, a lot of it is shit. It's about no isms, it's about pure management, and it's about getting off this greedy, war-riddled, hypocritical, faith-based system we've got. So we need to invent a new system based on technology, science, and humbleness, and just thinking, look, we don't know anything at all. We're a little ball flying through space. I don't know whose religion is right. Maybe all of them are right. Maybe all of them are wrong. Who knows? Because ultimately we don't know. But one thing I do know is simply we have got the technology, but we've got the wrong leaders. So think about it. Join me. Really? Yeah, get out there. Do 3 fingers on a Wednesday. Okay, that's all the best. It's Big Buzz wishing you a good Change Friday, I think it is. Love you. Bye.